Seconds. Oh, we're live. Hey, welcome to the workshop number 264. This is a comedy safe space, so if you guys want to say the N word, I'm not gonna tell your parents. Luke, you're up first. Let me know what your topic is and when you're ready to begin, and I will start your time.
My topic is Palace. Palace, yeah. So it was pretty fucked up to think about palaces. I was Googling palaces and I was like, well, what other palace is there than the palace that's around me, with the fucking water heater that exploded yesterday and flooded my outside furnace room, and now it's like a skating rink in there. I can actually stick handle around in my furnace room. So, and my fucking house that's all warped up and full of moisture, and there's probably mold and shit. So yeah, I mean, I've got a palace. No. Yeah, Palace at Auburn Hills. This is perfect. So somebody just put in the comments, Palace, no more Palace at Auburn Hills. That's funny. That is the first thing that went across my mind, was the Malice at the Palace 2004 Detroit Pistons versus the Indiana Pacers. Ron Artest fouls Ben Wallace hard. They had beef from the year before, and Ben Wallace just fucking goes after. Ben Wallace had Bilal's hair, but was 7'1" or something, really muscular. And Ron Artest was fucking scary too. So they would they were going at it. They pull Ron Artest back. They put him on the table. Somebody throws this fucking red Solo cup. Only in Detroit would a red Solo cup come flying down, land on Ron Artest. He goes crazy, fucking knocks the shit out of two people. And yeah, after that whole incident, the Malice at the Palace, one of the craziest events in the early 2000s, Ron Artest decided to change his name to Meta World Peace. And that's when that motherfucker threw the hardest elbow to James Harden I've ever seen. Oh my God. But enough about the Malice in the Palace. Rolling along here. I'm going to hack it up a little bit, guys. Sorry. I Googled palace. Putin has a palace. He has an underground hockey rink, believe it or not. There's fucking tunnels. There's a swimming pool like the side of the lake. There's a tunnel with an elevator that goes down that leads to a private beach with probably 14-year-old German shepherds or something that, jump through hoops for his enjoyment. This fucking house is probably crazy. And everybody's proving, they're like, can you believe it? He has a palace. Guys, he has a palace. I'm like, why is it worth, if I was a journalist, I feel like there would be better stories out there in Russia of all crazy places than Vladimir fucking Putin is corrupt. Is it really worth your whole fucking life? I mean, it's almost like saying that Vladimir Putin is corrupt is trying to shave off Adolf Hitler's mustache. What is the point already? He's fucking, of course he is. He's an ex-KGB agent, for God's sakes. Fuck. I think that was pretty much all I had for Palace.
Yay.
No, didn't fucking close on that one very well, but she started out pretty good.
Well, cool. You guys have any feedback?
That sounds like a tough topic as well. I don't know. I watched some where the remake parody porn, where they're doing porn from a TV show, and it's How I Met Your Mother, and they're all the 5 people that look like the cast, and they're all fucking each other. But there probably is some Disney things you could reference. I mean, the palace from the Little Mermaid was supposed to say that they had dildos or whatever in the palace. It looks like a bunch of dicks.
That was on the VHS cover, yeah.
See, that's weird territory for me, though. You know what I mean? Going to bringing up Disney.
Hey, it's a workshop, man.
I'm pretty sure it says in my restraining order that I can't bring up Disney.
If this man says Disney out of his mouth, he's fucking going to jail.
If this man starts talking about Disney, arrest him.
No, that's a tough topic. You could talk about a chamber pot, right? They had a chamber pot in the palace.
You know, I liked it. I liked where it took my brain. I liked the malice at the palace and just think about Ron Artest. I think should close with the meta. I would close with like the meta world piece.
Meta world piece.
I
Yeah,
would.
that was a.
You know, how is it possible that the same guy who was involved in the two greatest names of all time, the Malice in the Palace, Malice at the Palace, and Meta World Peace, like it's just the two most opposite, crazy, cool things. So it was a cool story. I like where it took me. I didn't get very many one-liners off of it, but that's why I tried to like add some visuals to it, like what Ben Wallace looked like and that kind of thing.
I remember when he betrayed us and went to Chicago. But I was thinking, you know, when you were talking about Putin and his palace.
Putin's palace.
Like, why would you ever want a private Russian beach? Like, of all the places to have a private beach.
What beach?
Huh?
Who knows? Fuck, it could be a
palace?
tunnel to like California. Go on, we take the light speed. We take the light speed to California. We sit on the beach. We look at the pussy. Come on, man. I don't know. That was
Italian?
the worst. That accent went from
He's
Russian
Italian
into Spanish really fast. Come on to Putty's Palace. You come down to Putty's Palace. Hey, Putty's Palace. You know how many times Donald Trump been in Putty's Palace?
I think that's funny just saying Putin's palace.
Yeah. You want to see me ride around on the beach with a big barrel chest and the curly hair and the I don't even know what accent I'm doing.
I was trying to save you from that accent, but you doubled
I feel like when you're doing it bad, you just gotta fucking go through with it because your people are gonna be laughing at how shitty the accent is anyway. So. Okay, so Putin's Palace, yeah. And then just
well, you could always just blame it on like some kid that you met in like grade school and he sounded like that, and that's your only time you've ever heard somebody speak Russian was this little kid before puberty. So he's like, hey. I don't know how they sound. I'm not even gonna try to fucking do it.
Yeah, it's when the first time, what was that movie? That awesome movie with Viggo Mortensen where he's a Russian mobster.
Isn't that Ghostbusters?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
There's a library scene. Yeah, but he plays like a Russian mobster, undercover Russian mobster. So it's just funny. It's like, that's your news story. Putin has an illegal palace.
That underground hockey rink though sounds like, you think he takes like his political prisoners get dragged out to play hockey against a team of Putin clones for like their freedom?
Well, it was like that movie The Longest Yard. So yeah, exactly. They have to play like championship. But Russia is a fucking ice skating rink itself. Why would you dig a hole under frozen ground to build another ice skating rink?
Because you fucking can. Fuck you. I'm so rich I can do this. That's why. Once you stack so much money that you can't even fit it into the bank anymore. You gotta spend.
How long has Putin been in office? Like a long time.
Here's the beauty thing about Putin. Putin has the perfect system in place where you can only be the president for 8 years. You can only serve 2 terms as president for 8 years. You can be prime minister for as long as you want, but you can only be president for two terms. So what he does is once his two terms run out, his 8 years run out, or however long it is, he becomes the prime minister. And then he just basically tells the president what to do for a year, and then it's like a little break. Sometimes he's the prime minister for 1 year. Sometimes it's like 5 when he just wants to take some time off and go to his weird palace and fucking sit on the beach.
It's also been theorized that he's the actual richest person in the world.
I would believe it. Vladimir Putin is quite like, we're living in an age of like super tyrants, like super crazy tyrants. It's fucking really awesome, but terrifying at the same time. Like that Chinese guy, that Zhang, that guy can do whatever. That guy can launch a nuclear weapon into Mars if he wanted to tonight. Like, let's just.
I think Putin could do the same thing. But yeah, Putin's got all the minerals. Right?
They probably are right now. They probably are.
Trying to rein this in. Do you guys have any more feedback on the topic of Palace? All right, yeah, we need to get moving. Okay, Jeremy, you're up next. Let me know what your topic is, and when you're ready to begin, I'll start your time.
My topic is crucify, and I'm pretty sure that I have nailed this. So a crucifixion was perfected by the Romans in the 4th century before Christ. Before Christ, or as he liked to be called, Chris. So before Chris. Victims would survive like several days, like hanging on the cross, and they would typically die of wounds that were inflicted by like the people that were bystanders and walking by. Like they're throwing tomatoes because this is a bad joke. Jesus in the Bible, it was said that Jesus had died if after a few hours. Like typically it would take like up to 6 days for people to die on the cross. And it said Jesus died after a few hours because he couldn't, or because he didn't get to finish his breakfast. So I don't know what that's about. Maybe the willingness of Jesus to die on the cross for us is in a rather agonizing way, teaches us his incredible love or stupidity. He could have been killed by many other ways, but he chose to be crucified. He passed on being stoned because his mother was in the audience. He didn't want her to see that he was smoking weed. He submitted to the most heinous form of death so that he could understand and feel what humans feel. And I don't know, anyone ever been crucified? I don't recall feeling that way, so he's fucking retarded. So he gave himself as a sacrifice. It said that the Romans only crucified criminals and like the slaves and the people that they didn't really want. So basically, Jesus was like the first common criminal. Yeah, that's dumb. Okay, so people who are offended by Jesus jokes, they're really cross. The Roman officer who oversaw the crucifixion, his name was Pontius Pilate. I don't know how to say it. After killing the king of the Jews, he rose to the ranks to become general in the Roman army. Jesus did it all wrong. He ended his, that's not right. It's widely believed that Jesus died a virgin, but I mean, on the contrary, we know that he got nailed before he died. So, I mean, first, the Romans, they start with like a flogging. So they whip you. And I'm not really into bondage much, but, Jesus liked that type of thing. So that's how he started his day. Well, I mean, he started his day with breakfast, but they cut the breakfast short for the flogging. Now, it's said that he hung in the middle of two other people. These names are Justus and Demas. That's some weird names for testicles. And all we focus on is the dick in the middle. Demas was crucified for being a thief, and he was later given the title of Saint Demas, because he carried Jesus's cross, and then he asked for forgiveness before he died. I know there's a punchline in there, but I don't know where it's at. That's all I got.
Hey.
To the right
Jesus.
audience, you had a lot of good
Jesus puns.
Yeah.
You might have crossed the line.
Ooh. No, I did learn about a lot about crucifixion, and it said that most people died from asphyxiation because, like, they put the nail in the top of your foot, and then they put the nail in your hand. So you're bleeding out of these places, but your body's just like hanging forward. So you'd either have to like pull yourself up with your hands, or you'd have to push yourself up with your feet, because like your rib cage would slowly crush your lungs. So that's why it took 6 days.
Hallmark is waning for you. Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
You know what?
Christmas
Actually,
cards,
I'll never forget. I went to an Easter when I was a kid. I grew up with United Church, and like United Church was like, we take gay people, we take everybody, we don't give a shit. Like, and we took we had a gay pastor at one point in time in my small little town, and they went across the street to the theater, and they started the Reform United Church. So they were the Reform United. So they weren't going to allow gay people in their church, which was really funny. But like looking back on it now, I'm like, holy, that was a pretty fucked up thing, and that was pretty
music
stupid.
must have sucked.
But she gave a sermon one time about how Jesus, like everyone was like, we did this whole like Good Friday thing, and all the pastors and the priests went up. So there was like, it was like a community thing. And so they all went up and gave their story. They're like, yeah, Jesus is the shit, and he loves you, and he died, and like, yeah, and oh yeah, and like all this bullshit razzmatazz. And it really made her mad. So she went up and she fucking said, I want you all to just like hold your arms out for my entire sermon and just hold your breath. Like as long as your sermon, and don't put them down. And then like, and now, you know, and then as she gave the sermon, she was like, and now imagine like somebody's been beating you for like 5 days straight. Now imagine that you have nails in your hands and nails in your feet, and that, you know, you're bleeding and like she put it all together. It was like, you were like, wow, man, like, yeah, that would have fucking sucked. How about like get everything else and just say that would have been a shitty way to die.
They should have some like a CrossFit type thing where they like nail you to a pull-up bar.
Just picture Jesus doing those, those fake ass pull-ups, those fake ass CrossFit pull-ups where they're like.
When I think of crucifixion, I just thought that was what they call it when you take a ride on that Scientology boat.
I don't know what that is.
There's a boat. They have a boat. That was a thing. There's a big part of it.
No. Yeah, the only time I think I found about crucifixion was the Romans, like fucking thousands of years ago.
No, that was a cruise of fiction.
Oh.
Never mind. You guys have any more feedback on crucifixion?
I do. Sorry. I was saying like, yeah, it was just some funny things that I thought about when I thought about Jesus was how it was like, you know, it's such a big deal to say Jesus Christ now, but like back when he was like a kid and he was in school and all that kind of stuff, like it didn't, you know, they would just say his name all the time, like Jesus Christ, or like Christ Jesus, you know, it wasn't a big deal. But if you were back there at the time, it would have been funny. So that concept, just something that you mentioned about him being killed as a common criminal. I think I think like there's something funny about thinking about Jesus acting really bougie before he died. Like, what, you just gonna fucking crucify me? Like, I'm Jesus. I'm the king of the Jews. You know, like.
I also thought this before, because they don't talk about Jesus ever taking a shower or using the bathroom. So maybe Jesus was the first transgender.
I don't think
that's why they killed him.
They killed. Do you want to know? If you want to know why they killed Jesus, they killed Jesus because he's like, yo, this guy's cool, but she's a whore. No, she's fucking cool.
She sucked my dick last night.
Cool, but he's stealed. He's fucking cool. Though.
Jesus was killed because he was preaching Christianity. The reason they said that they killed slaves, they killed criminals, and people that were Christians. Like, how were there Christians before Jesus was dead? Like, isn't Jesus the basis of Christianity? So how the fuck was there Christians? But I guess if he's preaching this, then that's his start of his religion. But what, I don't know, like, God is the start of the religion. So apparently,
No, it's just
like,
Christians being taking credit for morality is what it is. Christians are taking credit for morality. Like I said, he spoke against the church. He spoke like he flipped out. The one thing that drives me nuts is that one meme where it's just that one like highlights picture of Jesus like pushing that table over, and it looks like he's like kind of helping the table from falling over.
or picking it back up.
I'm like, do you guys have any idea if you Google image Jesus ransacking the palace, which now I could have used, or Jesus ransacking the bank or whatever it was, the house, like there's so many cool pictures of him doing it. There's so
It's
many
gotta suck for
renditions of him doing it.
it has to suck for everyone else who's been crucified throughout history, because you can't even name like anybody after Jesus. You'd be like, hey, my
Exactly.
he got crucified. Like, what's his name? Jesus?
Yeah,
No,
he took
we don't
he definitely like that. Like once he played that song, no one else could do it. No one could match it.
Yeah.
After that had been done. Yeah, the last thing I had was just I've always thought that like the apostles all sold Jesus out and they just blamed Judas for it. Like they were like, let's just
What if he was the one that
write
did
it like you know what I mean? Like they were like, yeah, that was like Jesus came back and was like, what the fuck, guys? Like, did you know the Romans were coming? And they were like, oh fuck, Judas. Totally Judas, that asshole. Like Judas was the one. And then they wrote those stories afterwards. So it would be a funny concept if
This is going to be a great book, but we got to kill this motherfucker before we could write the book.
Well, if you think about it in a super, super deep way, that changes history completely. You know what I mean? Like, then the guys that wrote Christianity or the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, are like sold Jesus out. That would fucking turn Christianity on its head. If you think about it. That's like a little footnote of a story. Oh yeah, like it's like writing that Eve bit the apple, right? Like, well, let's just blame it on the chick.
Yeah. Whenever it's 4 dudes writing the book.
Exactly. 4 dudes that sold out Jesus like wrote it. Fuck those guys.
Good. I like that.
Right? That's the concept I've always thought, a theory of the apostles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's funny because it's horrific, but so is such as life, right?
It's also really funny because like they're getting shit named after them and everything. It's like,
yeah,
they're remembered throughout history, and then there's no like Saint Judas.
Yeah, well, they wrote the story, so you know what I mean. We're taking their word for it. Thanks, guys. We'll just base our entire moral and civil code off of the next things that you write. So, no big deal.
Any more feedback, you guys, on?
I like that kind of direction, like how you said Jesus was smoking weed, though. I think you could kind of play something where it's almost like a Goodfellas thing. Like when you had Jesus kind of act like he would act like now kind of thing, or honestly in like a Goodfellas thing, like they're screwing him over and they're in like a damn gang.
Mm-hmm. And this is like the Romans were just like a mafia, like a different gang that was, they had beef with them because shit's been going down for the past, 15 years, and we need to stop it. We got to, take out the rival boss.
And he had a mole. And you don't know what side deals he was selling, his businesses.
what kind of things he was pushing on those people. Buy this holy water. It'll make you fucking trip balls, man. People are like eating holy water. Yeah, no, that's a good way, like the whole gangster thing.
I mean, he did turn water into wine, so
Maybe prohibition thing.
Or what if he was like an alcoholic or something? It was like his bath water. His bath water turned into like booze. Anyway, you guys have any more feedback on crucifixion? Okay, Josh, it's your turn. You're up next. Let me know what your topic is and when you're ready to begin, and I will start your time.
Okay, so I got construction.
Ooh.
I'm ready. And so technically, I work for a construction company. We rehab and investigate all the sewers. And one time when we were going down one of these sewers, about 300 feet into it, we find spray painted on the wall, "I sucked dick here." Dick as an arrow. Very tastefully done. But, I mean, I'm into dirty girls, but you have to be one trifling ass hoe to suck dick in the sewer. I mean, unless it was like the Ninja Turtles and they paid pretty well. But then one time at a job site, one of the guys got a camera hung up, and instead of letting it go back out, he went, "Oh, I'm going to turn up more power." So the trailer starts tipping, and instead of rolling 2 feet to the right out of the way, I thought I could be effing Superman and push the trailer back, and it wasn't working. So I saw the middle of the trailer, and my man brain kicked in and went, "Well, if I get in the hole, it usually means I'm good." So it did end up falling on top of me, but I was right in the middle. So, so the most hated person on the job site is not the foreman. It's actually the safety manager. Because all safety means is the job's going to take longer.
Yeah.
But shit, one time we had a guy go down in the pipe, got on a skateboard, and somebody took a big shit, so that water came, scooped him up on the skateboard, and then he just started riding the shittiest water slide there is. That's all I got there.
Shit slide. At least after you get done riding like a shit super slide, like no one's gonna notice that you shit your pants.
He was covered.
Like that girl who sucked dick. Well, I mean, maybe it was a dude who sucked dick in the sewer, but like, I mean, that's a pretty weird place to suck a dick. I would have to say, for a man or a woman. But did she bring the can of spray paint with her, or did she have to return like on a second trip to like write that? You know, like
right.
There's a lot of people that live underground. I watched some YouTube videos, and so maybe they live down there.
I mean, this was like, I think like a 96-inch pipe, so we're talking like 8 to 9 feet.
Yeah. Spacious.
Yeah, don't talk about April O'Neil like that.
You brought up the Ninja Turtle. She's down there sucking people off. Or maybe that was like her next news story that she was gonna report on, was like she caught this girl sucking dick in the.
Or a good angle could be like the Ninja Turtles have fallen on hard times throughout this past year.
One blowjob for one pizza. Come on, man. We need to eat.
You link that up with the skateboarding in the sewers because I'm like, who else would skateboard in a sewer?
That's a good point too. Exactly. Who else is riding the freaking half pipe of the sewer?
Yeah, the gutter mudslide.
That's kind of like a good tie into all of it.
I heard things like in your voice, like with your accent and like just the way your inflection of your voice works. And like I thought it was a funny concept to think about the Ninja Turtles. It's like, growing up, my favorite was the Ninja Turtles. Like, but come on, I think April O'Neil.
She was a hottie.
Turtle. You fucked a turtle at least once in your life. Like that. Like, girl, you sucking dick in a sewer. But with your voice goes a little bit higher. So when you say it, like, girl, you be sucking dick in a sewer, like that. When your voice gets a little bit higher, I think it sounds really good.
More redneck.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but
like a really naive
Ninja
redneck.
Turtles.
The
concept of the Ninja Turtles, like it's almost like a gossipy story, like like I heard April and you'll be sucking Ninja Turtle dick all night. Like it's
like you're like 35 years old and you're still infatuated with the Ninja Turtles, but now it's grown to that like porn that I was talking about before. So April's like fucking the Ninja Turtles, and this has nothing to do with construction.
You know what the funny thing is that we live in such a fucking crazy world that we've seen everything that you could probably type into Pornhub, be like April O'Neil fucks Ninja Turtles, and there's probably a gangbang video of the Ninja Turtles.
Actually,
there's probably.
What about the furry?
Video, there's Shredder, probably. Like, I mean, and if it's not made, then guys,
Yeah, no, it's Rule 34.
I'm not working. So if you need, want to cast a Ninja Turtle, write a script. I'm at the point of I'd probably fuck April O'Neil in a sewer. I don't. There's probably less COVID down there too.
Do turtles even get COVID? I mean, that's.
Turtles give it. Why do you think we got it? Fucking turtle fucker. Okay. So I'll bet how many diseases are there from people fucking animals? We probably never even think about that. That's disgusting.
Well, isn't that where AIDS came from? That's what they said. Some dude fucked a monkey or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna chalk that into the rumor mill, but not crazy unsurprising because the internet supposedly, has everything.
It has truth. It has truth.
Okay, so yeah, another funny thing that I heard was when you said that trailer starts tipping.
Yeah,
that was good. That's a good line. Like that trailer starts tipping, girl. That thing's only weight tested for a certain amount.
Going off of this, if you could somehow like, I can't do it, but like if you can laugh at your own jokes while you're on the stage, your laugh will tie.
Because the problem is sometimes I go too far and my laugh gets creepy, so that's why I have to kind of control. Because I get to like a.
No, anything that makes people uncomfortable. If you can,
I think it's good. They're like, "What is this guy? Is unreal." It's like
Norm Macdonald, right? Norm Macdonald makes people uncomfortable, and then he makes you.
I love Norm. I love Norm. He's fucking.
He loves when it's bombing and everyone's just like, because when a comedian's bombing, it's uncomfortable. But when you're making them laugh and then you make them uncomfortable, it's like. It's great.
Yeah,
like,
he knows what he's doing because he takes the room really low and then he brings it all back and it's like hilarious. So no, that's Bill Burr does that as well. He like starts his joke with like something that most people are not going to agree with, and then at the end of the joke, he's like forced you to see his side of the story. And everybody's like, oh, okay, yeah, very good point, But when he starts out, he puts himself in like a hole. To where like half the audience is like, ooh, you're gonna talk about this?
Jester Lind in the comments, the Ninja Turtles have been getting social distancing pizza deliveries since the 90s.
Very true.
Pizza dudes got.
Could you imagine the Ninja Turtles skip the dishes Ninja Turtles? They're just roundhouse kicking motherfuckers and taking pizzas and stuff.
Where did they get money though? What if like they didn't have? They were just blowing the pizza dudes every time for pizza, like you guys said.
And yeah, they drew that little "I suck dick" here on the wall so that the pizza man would know where to stop. I mean, the streets, the tubes are not layered down there. So if they tell you to go to like this intersection of these sewer pipes, you're not going to know. But if there's a big yellow arrow on the fucking wall that says "I suck dick" here, that's of course where I'm going to deliver the pizza to.
Like a meeting point. That's actually.
You know, I don't know about you, but getting my dick sucked, you know, a sewer isn't the first place I'm going.
Oh, second question. Like, since you were down there for a construction job, did you go down there with like a buddy? Because maybe he was trying to set you up. Oh, what's that there, bud? Oh, shit. You better take those pants off. You got sewer water on them. And then you're like fucking naked in a sewer.
That's what is that going to be Deliverance 2?
Somewhere down the sewer tube.
You said something about going down the shit slide or shit thing.
Shit water slide.
A funny line would be like, you know, I feel like I'm in the fucking Shawshank Redemption, like a heavier set Andy Dufresne sliding down that shit tube.
It'd be a good reference. Everybody knows that movie. Yep.
Or you could even use it as a line like, right now I smell like Andy Dufresne when he was like going through that Shawshank Redemption shit tube all the way up. But
I think you could just leave it at now I smell like Andy Dufresne and people would probably know who it is.
But then the thing is, like, you got to think about how tough was it for Andy Dufresne to get through that tube as it was. How tougher would it be for, like, you know, a taller guy or something?
I think this is Jester again, but he said he was trying to lure you into some cowabunga bunga.
Cowabunga hole.
I almost want to tie that the skateboarders how they got the pizza delivery.
I think you could have talked about the construction tools as well. He dropped a fucking big ass weight on a car. It was my girlfriend's car, my ex-girlfriend's car.
And that's not a bad place to drop it.
Well, I mean, she wasn't my ex-girlfriend until after I dropped the weight on her car.
Oh.
I don't mean she died in the accident. I mean, like, she broke up with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a toss-up.
I guess you could just leave it open and let the audience, you know, whenever they're buying your merch, they can ask you, so what happened with your girlfriend? Oh, she just moved to California. I mean, that's it. You know, she left her car, and I was supposed to drive her car to California to meet with her every month, but then I smashed it and I couldn't meet her. I don't know, just something stupid.
Awesome. You guys have any more feedback on construction?
I think it is good. I think there's lots of directions like that we gave you. The whole Ninja Turtles thing, that's fucking good. I would write that out.
I like the whole, it's the bad, like, bad porn movie down there. It says it's the Ninja Turtles, and it's probably 4 overweight fat guys in the Ninja Turtle costumes fucking each other.
And there was like what I thought was cheese on the wall, but after I found the video on the internet, it's now it's jizz. There's lots of jizz.
Mozzarella cheese.
Mozzarella.
They mozzarella all over each other.
Mm. Pizza with extra sauce. You know that porn trope about the pizza delivery guys with the sausage pizza.
I think there's something there with Ninja Turtles and Skip the Dishes and
Yeah, there's
being able to do backflips and shit.
I wonder if there's that
Turtles
porn,
delivery.
like instead of April fucking Ninja Turtle, it's like the pizza guy shows up. And he's like, anybody order pizza with extra sausage? And then Ninja Turtle's like, oh, I'm somebody. We don't have any money. What are we gonna do for this pizza? And I'm like,
The funny thing is like the people are like, oh, well, if he was gonna fuck the Ninja Turtles, like, or she was gonna fuck the Ninja Turtles, like, do they even have dicks? But they've got some pretty huge fingers. Like,
I mean, like if you've gotten to the point in his set where you're like, "Whoa, do turtles have dicks?" Then you're a little fucked in the head yourself.
yeah, like, you know, like their thumbs are pretty. So April,
yeah, you have 3 fingers.
pretty huge too. Like,
no, mine was. Look,
Yeah, that finger was like
probably
2
the perfect
fingers.
boyfriend.
but they down that pizza. You know they have good tongues.
They don't have any teeth either. Turtles don't have teeth.
And that
What if they
just
fucked with the
fits right
tail?
on.
Like the
Oh, they
tail?
fuck 'em with the tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ninja Turtle. You know when they used to have tails that looked like dicks in the original comics. Those threw me off when I was a kid. I was like, what the
You
fuck?
know what's funny is like the little the turtles get caught in the ooze and then they become Ninja Turtles, but that doesn't explain how the man part of the turtles. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how did turtles
How they
get like
talking
jacked
abilities
arms
and
fucking legs?
I think
and
that was
mouths?
Master Splinter did that. I mean,
But
he
in the
helped
cartoon, it was Master Splinter touching. The last thing they touched was a human who was Master Splinter, so they became part human. But Splinter had last touched a rat. So, but that's not how it happened in the comics. In the comics, like a little kid was carrying them across the street and got hit in the eyes with acid and dropped them in the sewer.
Got hit in the eyes with acid.
No, wait, no, with the can because it's supposed to be a spoof of the
can of
Daredevil origin.
ooze.
It's supposed to happen at the same
Oh.
time Daredevil's origin happened. Like
Yeah, the graphic novels.
simultaneously,
People
just-
don't realize how fucked up graphic novels are of things. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I was
Like
just
how-
reading Mouse.
What's that about?
Yeah, the Holocaust. You guys have any more feedback on construction? No, it's amazing. I highly recommend it. It's arguably one of the best graphic novels of all time. Okay, I'm up next, I guess. My topic is woke. Ooh, here we go. Woke. I think it's funny when like something funny about being woke, like is I don't know if you have to go out of your way to try to be more woke. I don't think that's. I don't know. I feel like the secret to being woke is that you don't want to be. You know, it's got to be like involuntary. Like even when you're tired, and you're like, oh man, I need some coffee to wake me up. Like I mean, you don't really need to be that awake. You don't need to. Like, what's the harm in? Like if you really needed to be awake, you would wake the fuck up. Like if someone like shot at you or something, you'd be pretty awake. Like your body can wake you up, it just chooses not to because like you don't need to be awake, fucking idiot. But yeah, it's just, like I don't know, I feel like it's the secret to being really woke is misery. You're like, oh god, I know these terrible truths that I don't want to know, but I'm trying to save people from having to repeat their mistakes and rather than or you're like, oh fuck, I want to be smug on the internet and show everybody I'm better than them. It's like one of those two. I don't know. I want to be woke. There should be like, what if you did need coffee? What if coffee makes you more woke? In both ways. Like you go to Starbucks and maybe if they started selling weed, That'd be it. That'd be the secret to making people like we're gonna wake you up and
Waking back.
or no ayahuasca. What if they did ayahuasca and coffee? I don't know.
Can you function on ayahuasca?
I don't think so. Maybe DMT then. DMT is short. It's like 10
You
minutes.
can't function on DMT. I mean,
10
like you could
minutes.
function on acid.
But
Like,
the
I
trip
took
isn't
a-
long enough for you.
I
not
took
to-
a quarter piece of acid and it was fine. It was just like everything was brightened.
But acid, like you won't need the coffee because you're gonna be fully awake anyway. Like, you're not gonna fall asleep on acid unless
Okay.
you're just a crazy person. I've taken acid before. Anyway, yeah, but back to wokeness. I don't know. There's so many ways you can be woke, but yeah. I think
Methamphetamine.
methamphetamine. Yeah, that's another one. Like I've heard great things about meth as far as like staying awake for extended periods of time. And I don't know.
Days.
All right, well this set has gone nowhere. You guys have any feedback?
No.
I do.
I'm not woken up.
You said
Forget this happened. You guys didn't see anything. This never happened.
no, you're just talking about I think the concept of that being woke. Like, why would you want to be super aware of absolutely everything that's good, everything that's bad? Because then you can't really enjoy drugs ever because you're just constantly burdened by, being so fucking brilliant, I guess. But it would be like I'd imagine for what, let's say somebody tripping on mushrooms who's a botanist compared to somebody who's tripping on mushrooms on LSD, who's like a chemist or something like that. Like they would understand the intricacies of like life and like, nitrogen or things that are trying to kill them, things that are, you know what I mean? So it would be a bad trip for really smart people. Probably stay away from psychedelics because it would be a crazy bad trip. So I think there's like a funny joke in there somewhere with like, it's much more fun to do drugs like when your brain is a little bit beat up as opposed to somebody who's ridiculously like knows everything that's going. Like if I would hate to be tripping out and know every detail about, be an oncologist. Like, what's my body doing? Is my chin like I'm feeling numb? Like you could have a really, really bad trip that way.
Like Google chin pain.
Coffee has like an unbelievable drug dealer because like nobody questions it whatsoever. Like coffee is 100% a drug. Like coffee, the internet, those are like the two greatest drugs maybe ever because everybody loves it.
Coffee can
And
cause
cigarettes.
chin cancer.
Cigarettes got kind of a bad name. They got bad PR there for a while.
I think it's weird how like the really smart people in society are thought to be crazy when they're alive, like Einstein, Tesla. These people were weirdos. Most of society didn't know what they were doing and they were concerned. Maybe nobody talked with these people. They were a little crazy because of their ideas and their thoughts and things like that. And then they die and like they're revered as like this hero of society. Like, why do people like shun those ideas? Because it's some changes or whatever, something from the future technology, but then like take hold of those same things later on.
Yeah, it's like why did Edgar Allan Poe die like a poor
and artists and everything like that, like Da Vinci is like
because he's creepy as fuck. Right? Like, it's not as if people are hanging out with Stephen King. People like Stephen King, but they're not hanging out with him.
They're not
Just
you're
for
not,
in the comments.
fucking terrifying.
Yeah, just to land in the comments, the Nazis were all cracked the fuck out on meth, but no one accuses them of being woke.
Yeah, I'd imagine there was some pretty amazing drugs.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, ayahuasca is basically surviving a mental roller coaster. And I saw somebody on Spice the other day, like an interview with somebody who's hooked on Spice. And I don't know what the fuck Spice is, but like you've got to
that shit is dangerous.
You got to want to be escaping some seriously bad things that have happened in your life to want to fucking do drugs like that. Like I just took a little quarter of a gummy edible and I'm like, ah. Like, I understand, but I get it. I saw this thing called soft white underbelly on YouTube today, and it's like people have been through some ridiculous shit, or they're on some drugs that I'm like, how do you even want to be this high? Like, what would make you want to be this fucking insanely high? Because like, I can't imagine what meth does to your brain, what crack, what.
Yeah, I've watched some of those videos of soft white underbelly. It's fun. Jester Lynn said he died Poe as fuck.
Yeah.
Get it? Poe? Like with the.
Say it. Go ahead, Bala. Say it.
What?
You know, you want to say the word.
I'm not gonna do it. Not in front of you guys. I'm shy. Do you guys have any more feedback on that wonderful set of
I think that was a difficult topic as well.
Woke?
Because doesn't it mean to be woke like that you believe in conspiracy theories and that you also believe that the government is out to fuck you? Or basically you know that the government's out to fuck you?
I think being woke, saying even being woke is like single-handedly the most academically fucking arrogant thing that you can possibly say in your fucking life. Saying that like, you know everything, it's like that's Scientology. People who are woke are basically Scientology. Like Scientologists claim that they just know intuitively fucking know the difference.
You need to breathe. Breathe.
It's crazy for people to be like, yep, I've got it all figured out. This whole fucking universe done. Let's go to Costco, baby. Like it's like so arrogant. It's the most arrogant fucking thing. But that's why it's funny because you're teasing them about that. It's like, yeah, you're so fucking smart. Like you spend $12.99 on avocado toast. You're so smart. Avocados.
I think a lot of like the ironic use of the term woke is when people like they're trying to look like they're good people on the internet and shit. It's hilarious. It's only when there's a wave going on. It's pretty.
This is another form of Christianity. It's another form of moral value.
Religion, really.
You know.
Yeah, I got that. We're separating each other into groups. Further and further.
Of course. We always do. Segregation. What do they say? On Sunday, segregation starts. Right?
Speaking of segregation, we need to segregate ourselves from this conversation. Let's get it moving again to the next part of the show.
And I mean segregation of ideas, not segregation of race, segregation of culture. Just to be clear.
Yeah, sure. There's many types of segregation. So the next part is where if you have any actual jokes you want to work on, or if you have any material that you want to get feedback on, is where you do that. Luke, you're up first again. Let me know when you're ready to begin, and I will start your time.
I'm good to go. I feel like I've heard this joke from somebody, but like you'd think they would have given dyslexia, like the word dyslexia people, like people with dyslexia, an easier word to spell because they have to spell it all the fucking time. Do you know what I mean? Like you got to fill it out on forms. You have to, like, when you're applying for shit, you have to spell dyslexia a lot. Like, why not just say cat? Because like that's what I was thinking as a dyslexic person myself. I'm like, why can't they fucking give me an easier word that I don't have to look up every single time? Like, it's annoying. Just give me a word that doesn't have hidden little syllables in it. Yeah, I say people. It's interesting how people just trust and stuff more than they do their own intuition. Like I bought a frozen pizza today. It's like cook this on 425 for 30 minutes, and I'm like, that doesn't seem accurate. Like 425 Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. That's
a long time. Yeah.
That's quite a torch there. But hey, box, like you know what you're doing more than I do. So what do? I'm like 425. Are we melting down nickel here? Like. Is this a frozen pizza or the T1000? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like I'm cremating the pizza and not leaving any trace. Is the pizza Jimmy Hoffa or something? Is it the last little bit of Jimmy Hoffa? Like, what do we do? Cook the pizza until it's just a rumor. The last thing I want is really, really hard pizza crust, especially frozen pizza crust. But you know what? Every time I trust a box, it burns me. Especially the roof of my mouth. But yeah, people trust technology a lot, right? It's like I put GPS just to go on, like just to go to the store. It's like I don't even trust myself to get like to a store anymore. I'm always using GPS. It's just reassurance for people with very low self-esteem. But actually sometimes I just put it on and just make it feel superior. Like sometimes it makes a mistake and goes turn left at 400 meters. I'm like, turn left. That is so slow to take that way, stupid robot. Shut up. And it's like, but sometimes it gives you really fucked up advice. Like at 600 meters at the roundabout, take your hands off the wheel. And like people really? Like, am I going to go into a tunnel to like Vladimir Putin's house or something? Like, holy shit. In 800 meters, turn right and put your pizza in the oven for 30 minutes on broil. So I've had to give up something that I love recently because I'm trying to eat well again. Goldfish crackers. I bought like 5 bags this weekend. This is how sad I am that I've almost eaten 5 bags of fucking goldfish crackers while my son is visiting, and like he's 13 now, so he doesn't eat goldfish crackers anymore, but I just don't make that mistake. But what's really good about goldfish crackers is after about 3 months you can take your couch cushions off and there's a whole other bag of goldfish crackers. Valentine's Day. You know, I find being single is a cheaper option. I like that. But yeah, I mean, fuck, it's been fucked up. I bought ice cream was on sale today. I'm like, you're eating that. You're eating frozen pizza. You're eating ice cream. One ex of mine is having her second baby. One ex is traveling the world. One ex is actually headlining a Valentine's Day opera. But none of them tonight get to taste this tasty beard right here after I get some ice cream in there. So too bad you all had goals. We could still be together. You could be sitting here while I do this 2-hour comedy writing workshop and eating ice cream. But that's actually the funny part is like I look at all of them. I'm like, damn, I'm glad I don't have to pay for that was expensive. That was an expensive ass way of life. Holy shit. How much did that photographer cost? How much did that plane ride? Like, holy goddamn. Being in a relationship was the most expensive things I've ever had to do. Like, being single is actually quite cheap. And all I need is my water and my vitamins. I don't know how am I doing on time here?
You have about 15 seconds.
Okay, I was gonna say. Yeah, I'll see if I can. Oh, this good challenge. So there was a Roman general named Scipio, and then a Carthaginian general named Hannibal. And Hannibal used to like ride down. He'd like have elephants, these war elephants with dudes with javelins on them, and they would just mow down the fucking army. And then they would send their cavalry in next. It was like an unstoppable move. So Scipio was like, "Yo, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna line up with horns." And then when the elephants charge us, we're going to lift the horns up and just blow in their face. And I'm sure like a couple of them were like, what the fuck? They just had to do it anyways. So anyways, it worked. They come down charging right in the last second. They all go "Grrr," and the elephants freak the fuck out. They spin around. They take out the cavalry, kill fucking everyone. The Romans just slay the army, go out. And I was like, man, I haven't heard about someone getting fucked that hard to like saxophones since I walked in on my parents listening to Careless Whisper. And I just laughed at my own joke there. So I was just happy I got it off in 30 seconds. I know I jumped the light there. So
30 seconds, like 45 seconds.
hey, come on now.
First time a man's ever undershot himself on anything.
You enjoyed it.
6 inches. It's
Man,
5 1/4.
Do you guys have any feedback?
I wrote, GPS, I was going to take that right. So like you're already planning to take the right, and then the GPS tells you to take the right. You're like, I know, bro, we're thinking the same thing. And then I was thinking like maybe a hacker could hack into like your family vacation and like change the directions of where you're going, and you end up in Florida. No, I mean, you end up in Florida. Like you inside the rapper guy. Like, I don't know how you would get there, but GPS would take you and you would follow it. Are we supposed to be entering a black man's asshole?
I got the reference. I think I would be like, it'd be great if like, you just put it together like, the apple bottom jeans, boots,
Oh, damn.
you know, like in 600 meters, you're gonna take a ride. Yeah, you're going to Florida, Florida. I was just thinking about how much of assholes we are to robots too. Like when you think about it, we probably don't, like Google's gonna get even with us because the way that we yell at them.
Alexa.
Like, GPS, like,
I'm actually nice to robots for that. Like,
you know,
He's woke. He's woke, son. He's woke.
dude,
He's
fucking
working with
woke
robots.
over here.
No, but that's what I was gonna say. You need the GPS to like actually can back talk you there, because like he said, it says turn right here. You're like, bitch, I already know I'm turning right. It just comes out and says, you don't fucking back talk me, or like it'd be like that strict mother voice.
Yeah, like you passed the turn and she's like, turn your fucking car around right now, god damn it. I told you to turn left.
Or like you make a right turn and then like an hour gets added to the time and it just starts laughing. You fucking idiot.
Sucker. I told you to turn left and now you gotta go another hour out of your way. When robots attack.
That would be pretty cool though, in the sense like it's a cool concept of that, you know, if people are just total assholes to robots all the time, and woke people are like, you know, like we're actually like mean to robots. There's class systems in the future of like, fuck that robot. And like we actually have woke people have to like combat that and be like, no, robots can feel.
iRobot. Yeah, I was thinking about the pizza thing. Like it's either like you burn, like the pizza burns you, or you burn the pizza. It's like one of the two. Like what if someone's like out for revenge? But I think the reason they do the 30-minute thing is just because they were worried about getting sued for someone eating undercooked pizza and getting sick.
Yeah.
They can always be like, did you leave it in for 30 minutes? Like, yeah. Then I use it as a flying guillotine.
Sharpen the edges on the sidewalk and then throw it at my brother.
Have you seen the flying guillotine?
Mm-mm.
Right, give me 2 seconds.
Movies.
I'll be back. Just grab some.
Well,
Has he got a Kansas City shirt on with a Lions hat?
Yeah, he's in Canada.
And he's got a bottle of water behind him.
Yeah.
All right.
Very interesting. Well, I guess no more feedback for Luke. Jeremy, are you ready?
Okay.
I'm sorry about
Did
that.
you want any more feedback?
We don't have any feedback anyways.
Yeah, we don't.
Only feedback there is I say when you say you're walking in on, or you haven't heard anybody to get fucked like that to a saxophone. I still think you kind of say like until since Bill Clinton did to Monica.
That works.
Something with like a Bill Clinton, or even when I walked in on my parents and saw Bill Clinton in the room.
Playing saxophone while they were fucking.
Interrogating them, yeah.
Or do you think that like he was playing Careless Whisper while Monica blew him?
Yeah, he's. You think he had a playlist? Yeah, his saxophone.
Like I knew what stage my parents were at, depending on what part of the freaking CD. If it was the beginning and it was this song, my dad was getting his blowjob before sex. If it was this part, my mom was having her orgasm. And
you knew the playbook.
So you guys like the box joke? You like the
Yeah.
burned? I feel like the biggest laugh I got was the trusting the box.
yeah, that's good.
Thanks, guys.
So maybe put that at the end.
And like
In that whole joke with, I should have never trusted the box, or every time I trust the box I get burned. So I mean, make that your last punchline of the bit.
It flows pretty good. It's like once I'm when I go back on stage, I'm going to definitely fuck myself by using my closer as my opener.
Yeah, that's all right.
Just because
That'll just
I
make
want to close with, I want to really work on something and close with something big. So I want
that'll just force you to make those other jokes better.
Yeah,
Or get rid of them.
honestly, I feel like sometimes like we don't tell like these easy low hanging sex jokes, because it's like they're but they make people laugh. So fuck, just
I think gets them started. So I mean,
but with the burn pizza in the box, I think you could kind of pull it out to like an ex-girlfriend kind of thing. Do like the last time I trusted something like and then got burnt was an ex-girlfriend, and go into something like
found out that she had a pepperoni.
yeah. I'm
What
canceled.
if you got herpes from like the pizza burned you, but you got an STD from the pizza?
did you have to call DiGiorno back and give them the bad news?
Yeah, I should have never fucked that pizza. Like, yeah, I got
like a
American
girl is like a bad girlfriend is like getting a piece of bad frozen pizza. Like it will always give you hot bumps on the top of your mouth or some shit. Like burn the inside of your mouth, give you a rash on the inside of your mouth, give you a weird burn.
Speaking of weird burns, any more feedback, everybody?
No.
All right. Jeremy, you're up next. Let me know when you're ready to begin, and I'll start your time.
All right. I just got a bunch of one-liners. So whenever I was younger, like 8th grade, I think, we took the career placement test, like to find out your future job, and I got Undertaker. So the next year I started wrestling. It was pretty cool. I learned the first move I learned was the Nope Slam, and that was given to me at home because my mom said we don't have insurance, so I can't join wrestling. My mom, she also thinks that like we could make the world a better place if we gave everybody hand jobs. And I was like, Mom, but women don't have hand job. Women don't have hand. Women don't need hand jobs. You guys get where I'm going with that. It's dumb. I should have started this with this joke. This set is maybe going to be a little wired. It seems weird. It seems if you write it on your paper, then you spell it wrong. Your mouth speaks it wrong. So it's going to be a little wired. It's a handy fact. The human hand typically has 28 or 27 bones in it. But more recently, we have been evolving, and the hand is shown to have 28 bones. And that 28th bone is called the penis. You guys may be looking at me and think, what does a guy like Jeremy do with an extra $28? And that's, or not $28, $29. And I'm going to tell you guys what I would do. I would pay 7 women to pee on me. But this is really a math joke because that number is not divisible by 7, and nobody pays more than $28 for that service. You guys want to know how many people are having sex right now? In the world, how many people are having sex? Well, it's not us, so don't fucking worry about it. I got it. I'm an English teacher, and my students, they like to give themselves English names. And so I asked this kid, I'm like, hey, what's your name? And he says, my name's Hurricane, but you can call me Andrew. Okay, Andrew. That's a hurricane reference. Hurricane Andrew, 1992. A lot of people died in Florida. You guys, I'm 38 years old. I don't know how old you guys are, but you're going to get to a point probably about 35 where you want to buy a new refrigerator. And this happened to me recently, and I was like, wow, this is a nice refrigerator. I took it out of the box, and I was like, wow, this is a nice refrigerator box. And then I just moved into the box. I joined a Suicide Anonymous group. I went to a meeting, and then I went to the second meeting, and I was the only one who showed up. So like I continually have plans for suicide. You know, like I'm gonna kill myself tomorrow. But then like I got a dentist appointment tomorrow, so I'm gonna push it on to Wednesday. But then I got to meet my friend for lunch on Wednesday, so I got to push it to Thursday. So, like, I'll get around to it at some point, you know. I don't really want to go there, but I call shotgun on the way. Like, I was having phone sex with this girl the other day because of COVID lockdown and shit. And she's like, hey, could you put a condom on? And then, like, halfway through the phone sex, she's like, I can't hear you. I can't understand you. So, like, I took the condom off without her knowing, and I started to hear static in the phone, so I think I have an STD. You guys know if you smoke methamphetamines and you lose your tooth while you're smoking methamphetamines, it's common courtesy to try to smoke the tooth. And then there's God said on the 7th day, let there be scumbags. And here we are in a workshop number 264. And then the last thing I got, the Subway sandwich recently came out, and they told everybody that their subs do not contain, their tuna subs do not actually contain tuna. And so like a lot of people were, you know, very pissed off about this. But like me being woke and the whole Jared pedophilia scandal from years back, I know those tuna sandwiches are made with children, and you guys sleep well. Thank you.
You guys have any feedback?
Oh, that shotgun thing worked really good. I didn't say it that way before. Shotgun thing.
Yeah, that's funny.
I heard that in a country music song. He's like, I don't want to go there, but I call shotgun. I was like, okay, that's... But it works good with a suicide reference from before. That's...
Yeah.
It's more how you're you want to do suicide, but your procrastination kills you first. It's more.
I want to kill myself, but I got my funeral in a week. I got to be there.
I think it works. I think it works good as a bit if you're telling it as a story, like something that's happened to you. Do you know what I mean? Like you were sitting there thinking about killing yourself one day, and like this is what went through your mind, and it's like how you're a procrastinator, but you want to. I think if you make it a personal story, I think it would be something that would probably get accepted on stage.
Okay.
Not that you're just attacking people, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of woke, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but like, anybody who's had a dark feelings in their, thoughts or dark feelings or things like that, it happens to everybody. Everybody gets super depressed. And then you're okay, but then what was the other one that you were saying? Sorry, somebody can go ahead of.
There's so many. Yeah, I said so
That
too
was
many
mine.
different
There
things.
was
Well, when that joke that you said about the Hurricane Andrew, like when that joke bombed, the way that you saved it was fucking better. The way that you were just like, that was reference to 1992's Hurricane Andrew when 3,000 people died. Obviously,
right. You're just like, well,
obviously nobody here cares. Obviously, no one here cares.
A moment of silence.
I think because it's like the joke bombs, so you look bad, but then you turn around and make everyone else look bad for not knowing about Hurricane Andrew.
Yeah, I have this joke that's very slow, and I say it very fast. It's like got a lot of information in there about a hipster dinosaur, and no one ever really laughs at it, even though it's funny. And then I said it on stage one time, and nobody laughed. And then my next line was like, yeah, I normally perform in front of smarter audiences, and that got like the biggest laugh of the whole joke. So I was like, fuck that audience, we got your money.
I'll say like hipster dinosaurs. I used to know T-Rex when his arms were out to here.
Yeah, don't give me more information. The joke's already long enough. But he does have a friend named T-Rex, or his friend is a T-Rex. They work at Tarbucks. But T-Rex, his nickname, he goes by the nickname T-Bone. And T-Bone's a vegetarian. So he fucking tells everybody. All right.
I always think that like the vegetarian dinosaurs hated the we're like vegans.
Yeah, they were. Nobody liked them.
Mm-hmm.
But the Triceratops, his name's Trice. I guess my time's continued. Trice is Triceratops. He goes by Trice because fuck his parents. He's a herbivore. He knows where to get the good weed. All right, so hand jobs. Wired, hand fact, I'm reminding you, $29, sex right now, fridge box, phone sex, scumbags, Subway tuna sandwiches. Anything?
I was going to say, for the hurricane one, since you were like Hurricane Andrew, it killed a lot of people in Florida. Oh, wait, no, that was Cocaine Andrew.
Cocaine Andrew, that was his drug dealing name.
Cocaine Andrew. Fridge box. Or it'd be funny if you made like for the refrigerator box reference, like if you were in a big city like New York or something, and the refrigerator box is bigger than your apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like you thought you were moving on up from the microwave box to the refrigerator box.
But then you try to put the fridge in like the refrigerator box, and like, the fridge takes up the entire place. Well, you still live in there, but you
I still pay rent there, but I gotta sleep outside. It's just a food storage place.
Like
You gotta open the front door to be able to open the fridge.
tuna.
I basically live in a closet.
You just haven't came out of it yet.
Oh, there's no lights. Can't see. All right, thanks, guys.
I'm trying to think of something for the tuna subset. It's what if they use a different type of fish?
Yeah, I don't know what they actually use. I didn't read the article. I just seen like somebody posted on Facebook, and I just thought that was a good way to tie in children and pedophilia. because everybody loves when you end with that shit.
Yeah.
That's how they have to keep the kids quiet.
Yeah, get rid of the witnesses.
Yeah.
Well, you could say that's what Hurricane Andrew was.
A way to get rid of the tuna sandwiches.
No. Well, like Prince Andrew, Prince Andrew was implicated in the Epstein thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Hurricane Andrew, that's just what high schools called it. Like he was just a monster. Presumably, supposedly.
Yeah. No, I don't even care who that guy is, but I watched the interview and he so incriminating just to himself. Like, you're a dumbass. The way that you just answered that question, you fucking just told everybody in the world that you are still friends with him, but you can't be seen together. So now it's all underground and shit. You fucking idiot. You're like,
for the P-Don one, I think it might add to it a little bit if you add some change in there with the $28 tag.
Yeah, I thought if it's $29, it comes out to $4.14 per person.
Well, no, I mean because you say 29 isn't divisible by 7. You're like, just kidding. Nobody ever pays more than 28. Like, what if it was like $28?
Oh, okay, like $28.13 or some shit like that for tax.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bitches try to charge
just some random number, not just $28, but yeah, $28.69 because the government has to collect taxes on that service.
There's a P tax.
Yeah.
And there's no way that you should be collecting pee and reusing it. You need to let that go into the ground. Otherwise, the government.
What if they start using fake piss like people do at job interviews? That'd be a scandal. Like, I'm paid for real piss. God damn it!
Is that
Jester? This is about $23 right here.
What would happen if you did try to
dong?
You pay a hooker with that money.
No, this is real money. I'm just in a different country.
Do you guys have Valentine's Day over there? Vietnam?
If you have a girlfriend, you do. I got a lot of girlfriends, and they were mad because I didn't answer my phone.
Heartbreak. Yeah, any more feedback on that set?
Yeah. Jester wants to see all my dong.
Yeah, show him that song.
Show him all this money. This is only about, I don't know, maybe $40.
Hey, $40 is how much pussy costs in Detroit.
This is $23, $8, $5. This is about $1. So I don't know.
All right. Well, I guess it's time to move on. Josh, you're up next.
Yeah.
Everyone ready to begin? Hopefully Luke will come back. Probably getting more ice cream.
So I was a very gullible child, and one time when I was 4 and we were at McDonald's and I was just screaming, I want more nuggets, I want more nuggets. And my mom told me just to shut my ass up and sit down. So I did. But then my sister looked at me, and we just got done watching The Invisible Man, and looked at me and went, oh, I only see your clothes, Josh. And I'm like, oh, now I can go get those nugs. So I stripped all the way down and made a beeline to the nuggets. And now you have everybody in the Mickey D's either crying, screaming, this 4'11" Italian woman chasing me. And then as soon as I get by the counter, the cashier grabs me by my arm and just look down and just, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I ain't loving this. But now jump forward to April 13th, 2018. I get diagnosed with multiple sclerosis or MS. But you want to guess what day of the week that was? Friday. Yep. Friday the 13th. Only my special ass would get diagnosed with multiple sclerosis on Friday the freaking 13th. But as I was going home at the first time, I was reading through all the papers and started calling the doctors. I called the first two. No, we can't take you. We can't take you. Like, okay, this is weird. So I call the third one, start giving my spiel, and I hear in the background, Dibs. Like, did somebody just call Dibs? Yeah, I can't take you either. I'm like, damn, I didn't know I was first pick in the MS draft. But I was working all my life for this. Didn't even have to exercise to be the first pick. But there is one thing with MS where people get it where their dick don't work. And let's just say my little soldier is MIA. I think he's in North Korea or something. Shit, we tried it all. I mean, Viagra, Cialis, pumps. I tried slamming it in the car door. Nothing worked. Until the doctor gave me one solution. Dickroids. Yep. I have a little clear vial I got to keep in the freezer. Take it out, shake it up. I got a heroin needle. Pull it, I make sure air's out, and then you boom, stab the dick. Yeah, see, I know you all felt that one, but it has its benefits. It turns my Tic Tac into a mag light, and it just keeps it going and going so long that I had to go to the ER with an erection lasting over 4 hours. So, I get it now when women are upset when they don't get theirs. This fucking sucks, man. So, but another plus with the MS is now I get a shower chair. And some of those things can be fancy. Like, I got one that reclines a little bit, so it makes it super easy to hang my beer out the side. And I think it's socially acceptable now for me to drink in the shower because technically I'm just sitting in my lawn chair with some imitation rain and naked. So, on top of the MS, I also found out I have epilepsy. But not like the breakdancing epilepsy. I'm not doing the worm. Mine is where my brain just freezes. Like I creep the fuck out of people. So now when everybody comes and asks what's wrong with me, instead of listing things, I just look at them and go, I'm fucking special and just leave me alone. So, see y'all later.
You guys have any feedback?
When you were like staring at the camera, you're like, I just have these things where my mind goes blank. You could have came back out of it and said, oh, sorry guys, my internet's a little sloppy right now. Like you didn't plan it, but it happened.
That's a good one for like on these, but when I've done that one on stage now, it's great because I pick out one person in the audience and I've always that look on their faces like, this guy's going to rape me.
Oh, man. Being weird.
And like
you should pick out so one of the people that doesn't look like they think you're going to rape them. And rape them.
Yeah, you can pick out a dude. Give the dude like the rape face.
I think it would be like Yeah, like if you're talking about where, you know, like having MS and epilepsy and like talking to the crowd and being like, you know, if you think you had a bad day today or something like that. I think that yeah, if you're I mean, if you have MS and epilepsy, like you have a license to say whatever joke you want. So fuck man. I mean, shit, use it, take advantage, like go all out with it.
Don't
Hell,
You have a
crucify me.
you have a great sounding voice and a great like accent and everything. So if you're just ripping out one-liners and talking about like, because it's your personal ordeal, you know, talk about it. So it's great stuff. I think, yeah.
I mean, shit, I am a medical marvel, actually. I'm in journals now for the shit that's happened.
Like my birthday is April 13th. So, I mean, I was like,
And then the
now
next day is
now I'm gonna think about you getting diagnosed with MS on my birthday, every single fucking birthday. Thanks.
Yeah.
and it just so happens that Friday the 13th was the day before Friday the 14th or Saturday the 14th, which was Valentine's Day, and my wife or my girlfriend broke up with me. I don't know. I was thinking that. I don't know. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
I'm trying to think of Friday the 13th references.
Hell, I would have been chasing me to get the MS.
What is MS?
What it is it like attacks my nerves? Now I can't just twist my arm. I have a diagram on my arm, but it's just little. It cuts away the coating that's around your nerves. So it's like I have shitty chargers. You know your phone charger when you can see like a cord, and it works sometimes, but you have to jiggle it.
It's got to be positioned the right way or whatever.
Yeah, that's mine. Because out of nowhere, like I can get the stinky leg and just like spaz a leg. I've fallen down or just like sit down on the floor. Like literally, there's one time I was walking in a Walmart and I just sat down and said, I'm sitting. I'm in the damn middle of the aisle. Like I'm trying to get some like Buddha shit over here.
Yeah, you gotta these stories that you're telling. I think it's like it gives people permission to laugh at that stuff,
Yep.
right? And it's like you kind of, you know, that's a traumatic experience for you. So I think like you say, like the way you just explained it was perfect. Be like, you know, if you don't know what MS is, it's like when you have like a shitty charger and like your phone is at 25% and it fucking takes 4 hours to get to 20 sometimes. You know how fucking annoying that is? We'll try that with a body. Try that with your brain.
My arm.
Yeah, exactly.
3 hours to jack off because I gotta twist my arm the right way.
I think it puts a visual in people's heads with like when you use that charger reference and like how irritating that is, and then applying it to like your brain controlling the rest of your body. That's a really good bit. It's a fantastic bit.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Keep writing that shit.
Oh yeah, I gotta keeps coming. I mean shit, the Dickroids thing just happened like a month ago.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Well, don't say it like that. Hey, at least you get to like. At least you know it's going up, right? At least you know for sure. I mean,
now I got people now that I say that joke. People's asked me to buy some.
Yeah, no kidding.
Selling this shit over here, and I did. I brought my Boss X, and I bring a needle full of like a fucking little heroin needle I'm selling for $50, and it's just Dickroids to.
Oh man,
That's
just
why-
water it down a little bit so they keep coming back for more.
Hey, everybody always says no. It's the legal drugs that are the worst, and I can just have a side hustle now. I mean, I got all the drugs. I got all the drugs to get you high, horny, low blood pressure.
That's like, yeah, that's a great bit. That's a
I
great
think,
bit.
yeah, just write all of that down.
Yeah.
I'm your MS drug dealer,
Yeah.
right? I got MS. I got all the great.
So, and
nerve
you said
pills.
that it happened. What age did this happen at?
I was 27.
Okay, not 13. Because like if you were MS 13 and you were slanging drugs, then you know the Mexican cartel may come hunt you down or something. You're using their name. Like it happened when I was 13, so I called myself the MS 13 gang or the MS 13 drug dealer, and they're like, "What? We got competition to hunt this dude down." And they come to your house, and it's just you with like a couple of prescriptions of pills. And a lot of dick roids.
I know my dick cries over. Hell, like I said though,
You're probably gonna need to buy another refrigerator and just fill it full of dick roids.
Yeah, Dicroid sounds like some kind of like alien, like some kind of dick-shaped alien. Like, oh no, the Dicroids are invading. There's a bunch of them.
I just gotta
saying,
go
like,
to nursing homes. You know,
For
that's
the
why
MS, I'm sorry,
I said nursing homes is gonna be my place.
nursing homes. Yeah, they're gonna be nursing some boners.
I think Jester said, "How can dudes like stab themselves in the dick, but then say that wearing a condom is uncomfortable?" You know, like I don't know if I could do that. I'm sure I would do it if I had to do it, but that sounds pretty
Apparently, that's
fucked.
what a lot of porn actors do. They have like needles and stab themselves in the dick to keep their boners.
Oh,
Because
fuck.
honestly, it's made me multiple times go 3 hours straight.
I took this. My friend gave me this, like this little liquid pouch. It was called Cro-Magma, and like he's like, just take half of it. And then I took half of it. Had sex. After I had sex, I went to the bathroom, and just by me touching my dick to go to the bathroom, I was ready to go again. And that happened like for 3 hours. I mean, it'd go away, but once I brushed my pants against myself, I'm like, holy shit, I'm hard again. So yeah, I've had that, but it was like some kind of gel shit that you just ate. It was pretty badass because I mean it lasted like 18 hours. I mean, but you don't want to fuck for 18 hours.
I took this stuff one time. It was like called Superman, and the guy that sold it to me, I was like, he's like, it's a mix of Cialis and Viagra, and I was like, okay. And so he was like, I was like, well, how much of it should I take? And he was like, well, I take 4. And I was like, all right. So I take 4 of these. And as soon as I drank the water and like swallowed the pills, I remembered that the guy was 325 pounds, like a 325-pound bodybuilder. 325-pound bodybuilder on steroids who ate meat.
So
like
he had to take 4.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh shit. Like I could step on my own dick to change a light bulb at that point.
Now I say it gives me a home defense weapon for a couple hours. Because nobody's gonna come in while I'm over here swinging wood.
How would you feel if every time you had to take a piss you do a fucking handstand? That's from Reservoir.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
That's from Reservoir Dogs. That's a good one.
Why don't you just stick a bendy straw in there?
Just like bend it the right way.
Yeah,
bend it like Beckham.
You guys have any more feedback on that wonderful set of jokes?
I just put my hand on the wall and kind of lean back, like put my feet farther back so I can angle down. If you guys need any, I give lessons on Tuesdays. Good job. Good job.
Good job. Sweet. All right. Hey, now I'm gonna try to tell a couple jokes so we can finally wrap this thing up.
Boop, boop.
All right, here we go. Okay. I recently found out that someone I know is a Holocaust denier, which is really weird. I'm not even joking. I found out someone I know is a Holocaust denier. I'm apparently after World War II, a lot of Holocaust deniers started popping up. So that got me wondering if after World War III, there are going to be a lot of nuclear Holocaust deniers. Like I'm just picturing a guy with 3 heads, and one of his heads is like, did that shit really happen? I don't know. I think non-mutants just made it up. And the second head is like, yeah, no, this seems like bullshit to me. And the third head is like, maybe if I gorilla glue my dick hole shut, I won't ever have to buy condoms again. Life hacks. You think that the people who tailgate you are the same people who haunt you as ghosts? Because it's kind of the same thing if you think about it. It's just like you're less alive. But like, if you think, like, I don't know if people realize, like, do you drive like a maniac and then buy a pickup truck? Or is there like some wizard on the assembly line in a truck factory just like, fast driving spell? And then they chase him out with a broom. But I don't know if people realize when you're careening down the freeway at like 100 miles an hour, you're always a blink of an eye away from being an idiot-flavored death pancake. Can we agree, though, that like out of all the groups of people, the worst drivers among us are blonde ladies wearing sunglasses driving SUVs? Like, every time I've almost been run off the road, it's like the same lady with like a fucking van full of kids, and you can't flip them off either because you feel like an asshole. I'm pretty I don't like talking to people a lot. I'm pretty I keep to myself. I started talking to more people recently though, and I realized a lot of people are actually pretty interesting if you get to know them. And if they're not interesting, you can make them interesting with knives. Plus, you'd probably be doing them a favor. You know, they wouldn't have to worry about it, like having to start a conversation. Like, oh, what am I gonna say to those people? They could just walk up and be like, "Hey, you want to see my dagger hole?" You guys want to look into my sticky, gaping dagger hole? I'm worried. I think it might be infected. I remember one time I was out in New York and I was walking with this girl, and all of a sudden, like, we're walking down the sidewalk and a bunch of like rats just run by our feet, like a bunch of like fucking football-sized rats, and I was like, ugh, and shit. And then she reaches down and picks one up by the tail and just dangles it, and like the rat was looking at me like I did it, and I was confused, and I was like, no, I did not do it. Because that rat has probably never been touched by a person. But yeah, like it was pretty gross. And she was like, yeah, I had a pet rat. It's okay. But still thought it was really nasty. And that made me start thinking about, because my mom is from New York. And she used to tell me stories about how, like, when they were building the subway tunnels, like every once in a while they'd have like a cave in or something. And like someone would get trapped in there and there'd be no way to get like food or like water in or out. The only things that could get in or out were like rats. And so, like, they wouldn't eat the rats, though, because they'd stop coming in. So what they did was they'd pick a rat up like a juice box and slurp out some of that chunky rat milk, and it would keep them nice and plump. So when they eventually dug them out, they'd be like, man, wow, you're looking really plump. And they're like, yeah, it's that fucking rat milk, dude. It's awesome. I'm done. You guys have any feedback?
And on rat milk.
I thought you were gonna tie that last little story into the rat cell phone bit. You know, that could have been a good tie into that.
What rat cell phone bit?
Don't you say something about like rats would be cell? Oh no, that's fucking Darius from Atlanta.
Oh,
have you seen that show? He's sitting on the couch and he's like, "What if rats were cell phones?" Like everybody could have cheap cell phones, you know, like it would just be everywhere, man. He's that guy fucking makes that whole show. If you've never seen that show, he's the black dude from.
No, I've seen every episode of Atlanta. I don't remember that one.
That's like one of the first ones when Donald Glover's trying to get Paperboy to be his manager or to let him be the manager.
Like the beginning
and they go sit on like the sofa in the middle of the field to smoke a blunt. It's like the first episode or the second episode. And he's like, "Do you want to hit this?" And he's like, "Nah, I'm trying to do business." And he's like, "You trying to be a manager for a rapper, but you don't smoke weed?" Like, I don't know about. So yeah, that's fuck. I don't know. I thought that was your bit for a minute.
I wish.
I liked your bit about tailgating, like ghosts and like just being a little bit more alive. That's a good line. And yeah, like ghosts are like people. They're definitely ghosts, and like because some are dicks, some are just dicks, right? Some like just tailgate you. Some, oh, watch me scare this fucking guy. Like some ghosts are dicks.
You know, what Mom says you could give those dicks a hand job and they'd be happy.
I love the line "idiot flavored death pancake." That was really good. That was a great line. And knives make everything interesting is another great line.
Yeah, Jester has a good tag for that. He says, "Want to see my gash?" It's a pickup line for girls.
Ooh. Do people actually say that? It sounds pretty good.
No. But if you got stabbed with a knife instead of your dagger wound, you could say, "You want to see my gash?"
Yeah, that's a good pun. Thanks, Jester.
He also said rat juice is solid gold. Yeah.
I love rat juice.
Just gotta squeeze out a little rat juice. And so you're in the sewer, not you, but the guys in the sewer just milking rats, or
yeah, like a Capri Sun.
Is that
with no straw?
That classified vegan?
No, it's an animal product. I don't think so. But could you open a restaurant that served like burgers made out of aborted fetuses, since they're technically not alive yet, because we've established that, and say that it's like a vegetarian burger shop?
Oh well, that went down a rabbit hole.
Oh man, that was, I don't know.
I'm
not even gonna put that in my search history.
Yeah, I'm not.
You can milk rat milk for all it's worth. That's funny. You guys have any more feedback?
No.
No,
that's like
about the I say you could tie in when you're talking about like the white woman with like the blonde hair, kind of tie it back to how she'd be the ghost behind you.
Ah, yeah, like she would be the one tailgating you,
just screaming at you, like every time like you're trying to take a piss and she's just screaming at you.
Are you pissing while you're driving?
Yeah, no, I'm saying like she a ghost and just follows you everywhere now. Yeah. She's the one who knocked you off the road, died, and now she's tailgating you for life.
Oh man, that's scary.
Sounds like a sitcom.
Yeah, that could be the ghost.
Like there was a television show where the chick would like talk to ghosts, and they would help her to like solve these murder mysteries and shit like that. So yeah, what if it was just like the chick can talk to ghosts and she wants to like go and help these ghosts to like, you know, make their pass over to heaven or whatever, but then they just like keep pulling these practical jokes on her and shit.
Yeah, it's a Ghost Rider.
Yeah, that's probably a porno.
Funny.
You know that's a.
So would that be a parody of the Nicolas Cage movie, or would that just be a parody of like some dude who's fucking a ghost?
It's Dirty Casper.
Does that count as necrophilia?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I always think back to the green slime that Slimer would like slime people with, and I think that would probably make excellent lubricants. You know, for cars we could get rid of oil. Also for butt sex we could get rid of lubes.
He just pointed out that is the plot to the movie Ghost.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that is sick now that I think back.
Yeah, also. You guys have any? Oh, wait.
Somebody just one-upped.
Yeah, right.
You guys have any more feedback?
That was good.
Okay, sweet. Well, this brings about the conclusion of this show. Just one more part. This is the part where if you have anything you want to plug, you do it. Luke, you're up first. You have anything?
Yeah, I usually put all of my jokes and performances on TikTok under Luke Logan, the THA, like hip hop style, cool guy who's almost 40, comedian. Luke Logan, the comedian.
Who's almost 40? Is that included?
TikTok. Whatever. Yeah, so Luke Logan, the comedian on TikTok. I don't know how to structure the rest of this shit. I use TikTok for fun. I use Instagram Boxanova44 for like nice life things, and then I use Facebook to like just shit on stuff. So Facebook's like my journal. I just shit on things. So if you follow me on Facebook, I'm just spouting random stuff. But yeah, TikTok's all the professional shit, I guess you would say.
Yeah, joining the TikTok clips.
The amateur professional.
Nice. All right, Jeremy, you have anything?
No. Jeremy Wagner Facebook, Jeremy Wagner the comedian Facebook. My Twitter handle's on the screen. That also works for Instagram. No shows. Everything's locked down again.
Oh man.
Where are you again?
I live in Vietnam.
Oh shit. Nice.
Well, I mean, we're having there's like a holiday right now, the Lunar New Year. So it's the new year. So I got off from February 8th to 18th for the holiday. And so most people have off like a bunch of time anyways. So it's kind of slow, but also there's like some new COVID cases. So it's possibly going to be locked down again.
It's hot as balls there too, isn't it?
It's not so bad right now. I think it's like, I don't know my phone says 28 degrees, which is, I don't know, that's probably like 60, 70 degrees, 75 degrees. It'll start getting hot because it's going to become the rainy season soon, and it'll fucking get so hot that it just like causes it to rain. And that happens like every day in the afternoon at the same time, basically. And it's a lot of rain. Sometimes my neighborhood floods and shit. But that'll happen for like 4 months, 6 months. And then it'll just be hot. So there's 2 seasons, hot and then hot and raining.
Nice.
But right now the temperature is not bad.
Interesting. Last but not least, Josh, you have anything?
Mine is just look up Story Time with Lynch everywhere. That's my YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Mainly everything is Facebook on there. And I have a show coming up for MS Awareness Month in March, on March 7th at 7 at Legends here in Raytown, but it's also going to be streamed on Zoom.
When is Mr. Awareness Month? I feel like this is sexist.
Awareness.
Okay, well, this has been swell. Till next time, everybody.
Woo.
See you guys.